Hey man, say man, this little Shay man hollering at you all the way from the A man, and we here at Kasi Library today with ArtBully. You
What's
feel
up?
me?
What's up?
What going on with it?
What's going on? What's going on?
Say,
Okay. Applause. Okay.
yeah,
Hello.
yeah. You feel me? You feel me? How you feeling today?
I feel good.
Man, I feel. I gotta make. I'm adjust my mic.
Okay.
I like mine kind of close to my face.
Okay.
How you feeling today? Oh yeah, I just asked it. How you feeling today?
I feel good. I feel wonderful.
You feel wonderful. How you? You know, how was your day been? Today?
My day been. Like I was telling you earlier, it started off unexpected. I feel like because usually when I wake up in the morning, I like to I have a certain things I like to do. I usually start my day pretty slow. Like I wake up, I be looking outside, listen to the birds chirp. I like to go for a walk.
Okay.
Come home, do Pilates and shit. Like my mornings start very slow. And this morning when I was about to go for a walk, my director was like, actually, you gotta come to the office today at 9.
Ooh.
And that was in like 30 minutes.
Okay.
I made it, but it was a rush.
So you had to like shower and shit.
Nah, I'd already showered.
You had already showered.
Yeah, it just was like, damn, okay, I guess I'll get dressed to go to work. That's
Okay.
it.
Where do you work at?
I work at the Memphis Music Initiative.
Okay, and what do they do?
MMI, I would say, or I wouldn't say, look at me, I'm trying to remember the mission statement. We provide transformative music engagement
Okay.
for Black and brown youth in Memphis.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Equitable opportunities.
And so what does that look like?
As a whole, it looks like a couple of different things. Like MMI as a whole, one piece of MMI is hiring like musicians or mostly musicians to work as music teachers in schools here to like give young people that are in music programs like another area of expertise, like from people who actually doing it. Another area works with a lot of other nonprofits in the city that are Black and brown led or serve Black and brown people to help them increase their capacity, help them better their processes so that we're all learning from each other, doing better with each other. And the other piece, which is the piece that I do, is we work directly with like high school age, 16 to 18, I would say. It's like when they get to 10th grade. And it's like a summer program, but it's also stuff outside of that. So, like, we give them internships at other arts organizations, so they might be able to work at, like, For You Recording, or they might be able to work at, like, Hattie Lou Theater, depending on what their interests are. And then we take them on a retreat. We teach them about writing music, recording music. They make a music video during the program. So, by the end of the program, they've done all of those things. So, it's, like, for young creatives.
Okay, turn up. So, the youth. We serving the youth out here.
Yep, that's what I've always done. That's my other passion in life.
Okay.
Before I started music, I've always been an educator.
And how old are you?
I'm 28.
Oh, okay, damn. Let's go. Shout out to the niggas that's not 30.
Okay, not yet. I'm getting dangerously close.
You hear me? I'm 27, so you know how that be.
I do know. I know 27 is a good age.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like 28 is great, but 27 was cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm at the beginning of my 27, so we'll figure it out. We'll find out.
It's a solid age. It's like, okay, you getting older, you getting growner, but you still young. Like, you're definitely still young.
For sure.
Right.
Damn, okay. And let's see what else. ArtBully, right? You rap, right?
I'm a rapper.
Is that your main occupation? Like, is it the...
I would say music.
Yeah,
in general, because that's what I do for work, and it's also what I do as a creative.
So like, what do you do? Like, I know you do a lot of stuff, but also I don't know exactly what you do. So, if you could name everything, what would you do? What's everything that you do? Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, like every hat.
Everything.
Are you a Renaissance man? That's what they
a Renaissance man. I'm a Renaissance woman, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? When you think about, certain types of people, like, who are out here being creative, living a life that kind of feels like a movie sometimes. I feel like that's my life. I feel like that's the life of a lot of people here in Memphis, or a good amount of, like, creatives.
Yeah.
Who either not working a regular job, or, like, what they do creatively is a big part of their life.
Right.
Like, you're really living in a movie when you think about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I feel you.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay, so what do I do? Right now, I make music, of course.
Okay.
I write, record, and perform music. I love performing music. I feel like performing live is bigger piece of my artist journey than maybe some other people because I really enjoy performing live. Typically, I would say I also curate experiences. I'm pulling back from that. I've pulled back from that a little bit to focus more on writing and recording my music. But I've done that for years. Like, before I moved back to Memphis, that's what I was doing when I lived in Chattanooga. It's like holding events and creating spaces for, in Chat, it was specifically for Black women. But here in Memphis, I think I'm thinking more about other creative people. So, like, that's what I was doing with my Red Door sessions, having, like, an intimate space for young creative people to get together and just, you know, enjoy each other's company. Listen to some art, you know what I'm saying? Be artsy around each other.
Yeah.
What else do I do? I mean, like I said, I work in nonprofits. I write curriculum based on creative liberation. Because I feel like that's important.
Okay.
Yeah, working with our youth, our kids, always been super important to me. What else do I do? I mean, it's stuff that I used to do that I definitely don't do no more. So my list is short.
My name that too.
Okay. I worked in PR before.
Okay.
So, you know, doing like press releases or helping people with their marketing and different stuff like that. Helping people with their branding, different stuff like that. Coordinating things. I feel like I've always been good at like managing, coordinating, planning, designing things.
Okay.
Yeah. And I also used to help people start small businesses.
Okay, turn up.
Yeah.
Gang. Yes, sir.
Just be doing stuff.
Okay. And you mentioned the Red Door sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is that? And tell us about the Red Door sessions.
Okay. The Red Door sessions is what I did during my residency at Crosstown. Basically, they gave me a house with the residency. And usually people who do the residency don't live here in Memphis, so they are like coming to a space. So like if you were like a painter or something like that, you would get a studio inside of Crosstown. Mm-hmm. But if you're a music artist, they typically give you one of two houses they have beside Crosstown. Mm-hmm. So they gave me a house, but I actually live right on the other side of Crosstown, so I didn't need to live in the house. So I used it for holding those intimate invite-only events.
Okay. Basically
just having a night, like curating different artists, not that many artists, to perform like full sets. I feel like that's a lane that can be missing here in Memphis, where somebody can actually like put together a 20 to 30 minute set and perform.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be like, you got 8 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like when you're trying to develop as an artist, it's important to be able to actually know how to perform, how to actually put a show together. So that's what I was doing, putting like 3 or 4 artists together, and most of them performed with a band on the back porch of this house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turn up. How many people did you typically invite? Or how many did you invite, and then how many showed up?
Okay. Well, the invite list was like invite only. So that was either if I'm inviting you, or the artists who were performing were inviting you. Okay. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who them niggas was trying to bring, but both nights I would say, because I don't know, I wasn't counting, I guess.
Okay.
I could look at the videos.
Yeah.
But both nights, I mean, the first night the backyard was like, it was a good amount of people there, but the second night was way more people there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. ArtBully. Okay. Okay. Give me a second. You gotta breathe sometimes.
Right.
Your name used to be B with the Sting, right?
Be Like the Sting.
Be Like the Sting.
Yep.
Okay. And I just want to know, like, where did that name come from?
Be Like the Sting?
Yeah.
It was just a funny thing with my friends. It was 3 of us when we were all living in Chattanooga, and all 3 of us were like, you know, young Black creative women who was like really doing shit in Chat. Like, I really had it, like, people know me in Chat, because I was holding these really big events where like hundreds of Black women were coming and convening together. But when we introduced ourselves, my friend would be like, I'm Bree like the cheese. I would be like, I'm B like the Sting. And my other friend would be like, I'm Alexis, and so you've met us.
Okay. So y'all was a trio.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, but Alexis lives in Atlanta now. We all, you know,
spread out
a little bit.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Does Be Like This Thing have anything to do with ArtBully? Do those tie together?
Be Like This Thing, I would say, it was an iteration of ArtBully. It was like a step on the way to that. Really what it was is my first time performing in Memphis Well, no, that's not true. I did have a performance. My first time ever performing as a rapper. The first time was during COVID. I did like a virtual performance, so it wasn't in front of other people, but I was still super fucking nervous.
Okay.
And then
okay.
right, like everybody be.
Yep.
And then the other time was at a festival that my friend Alexis was putting together. She runs a magazine, so she had put together like a festival, and I performed at that festival. That was my first time performing in front of people as a rapper. But I really didn't have I didn't have an artist name for myself. This was like a very random like, oh, okay, I guess this is what I'm doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know I could rap until 2020. So this was just a very random like, okay, so. I don't know, I feel like it was just a name that I chose, but I didn't feel connected to it. So I feel like a lot of people really liked that name, but to me it just was, you know what I'm saying, something random that it didn't speak for me in any way.
Well, ArtBully speaks for you.
Yeah.
And so did I ask you what ArtBully mean?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so what that mean?
ArtBully is, there's actually a story to like how I decided on the name.
Let's go.
You want the story?
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I was in chat performing at it's this event called Clout Trap. And this was after I'd already performed in Memphis before. But I knew I didn't like the name, Be Like the Sting. Like, I had already been thinking, what am I going to change my name to? And for a while, I wanted it to be Sting. But, you know, it's a band, a famous band called Sting.
Right.
The name is not available.
Okay. Understood.
You know what I'm saying? The name isn't available. And I also used to feel like maybe I want my name to be Bully. But Bully is also not available.
Okay, who got Bully?
It's a singer in Nashville.
Okay.
And Nashville too close. It's almost like somebody might have the idea that like, oh, you got your name from her. I hadn't even heard of the girl. You know what I'm saying? I got on Apple Music one day. I typed in Bully, like, could this be my name? And the internet was like, no.
Yeah.
This person has a brand. Like,
the internet was like, hell no.
Yeah, so I was performing at a show. And it was this dude that got on stage. And he was like, you know, I know a lot of y'all rappers be out here talking about violence and talk. Like, he went on a tirade. Like, during his set, it was crazy. Everybody's like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like the older guy that starts talking and everybody's like, okay, talk your shit. If, you know, clearly that's how you feel.
Yeah.
But it got me thinking as I was sitting there, like, if I want my name to be Bully, why? Because I'm not really a violent person. So it's like, why Bully? Mm-hmm. And so I was asking myself, okay, if I'm a bully, what do I mean by that? Mm-hmm. And it just kind of clicked to me, like, I'm a bully when it comes to my art. Mm-hmm. Like, when it comes to what I do creatively. And even when I think about bully, I don't think bully as in, like, how a bully might, you know, be mean to other people. Mm-hmm. More so, like, how somebody might have it's more like bully mode. Like, I be on bully mode. I know what I want. And I go and get it. I'm about my shit. I'm about executing what I do. And I'm not, you know...
taking no for an answer.
Or not even taking no for an answer. I'm not walking around like I can't do what I can do.
Understood.
I walk with confidence. So
understood.
Yeah.
Let's get an applause for that one. You hear me? I like that. I like that a lot.
Thank you. Yep, that's what it is.
That's the end of the story?
Basically, that's ArtBully. I knew that that's what I wanted it to be. That night, I remember texting my girlfriend. I texted a couple people and I was like, what y'all think about this name? And niggas was not fucking with it. They was like, ArtBully. ArtBully? What? Because people who know me are like, you're not, that doesn't even fit your, they're thinking that doesn't fit your persona. Like, you're a very, I don't know, sweet person. Mm-hmm. I'm not getting bullied. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? My niece be like, bully. Like, she's 7 and she be like,
what do you mean?
You know what I'm saying? She's just going to school. These are her first couple of years in school. She knows what a bully is now. And she be looking at me like, bro, you are not a bully.
Like, what you mean, bro?
You know, like, you are not a bully. Wrong name. I'm like, nah, that's not what I mean by that. Okay. You know, trying to get artistic with her. But, yeah, they wasn't really fucking with it, but I knew that's what I wanted, so. You
know what I'm saying? Shout out to that. Shout out to knowing what you want. I fuck with that. Yo, I just really like that bud now.
Clearly, I like it too. I'm over here like, what's the other one?
You want to hear them?
Yeah. Okay.
It usually be a little thing. They tell me what they say.
Okay.
So.
The green button is sad.
You know, that's the womp womp. That's the,
okay.
You know. Some creepy shit. Yeah. I like suspense. That was a great word. Some birds chirping. I guess that's like Aquaman silence.
Yeah, it's giving, huh?
And sometimes, you know, I should have used that last week. Ooh.
Somebody say something weird. It's like,
you know, I had just sat there and I just like looked at this girl and I was just like,
should have pressed the button.
You feel me?
Okay. Romantic. Can you hear?
No, she can't.
Oh, okay.
And we got some laughter. You know what I'm saying?
What was this one?
This
Oh,
was
you. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, but I like this one the most.
Why not? It's yellow. It's bright.
You hear me?
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes I do it like I don't even press the button. I just do it with my mouth. I be like, ooh, that's me making applause. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Okay, cool. So, ArtBully, I like that. That was nice.
The story?
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
And the meaning behind it, I think that was dope. I think that people need to hear that type shit. Because, ain't no telling what people be thinking.
Right.
Question. My next question.
What is it?
All right. Where you from?
I'm from here.
You from Memphis?
Yep. Okay. The outskirts, basically.
The outskirts of Memphis?
Mm-hmm.
What's the outskirts?
My parents bought land right outside of Raleigh.
Okay, turn over.
So, like, I grew up going to the Raleigh Community Center, but I went to school in Millington. I was homeschooled until I got to middle school, and then I went to Millington Middle for 7th grade.
Okay.
Then Millington High.
Y'all got a farm?
No.
Oh. Sorry. You said land, and I was like, ooh.
Nah. If you know what T.S.P.H highway is, it's like the highway that goes through Raleigh. We just live on it, like, near the end. Like, we're not all the way near the end, but, like, once you get out of Raleigh for real, it's like a gas station randomly in the middle of nowhere. Keep going down. The next street that you hit for real, that's where my parents live.
Okay, turn up. I know what it is. Yep. I think I know what it is anyways.
Right off the interstate.
Yeah. And so, how you end up in Chattanooga?
I went to college at UTC.
You went to UTC? What's when you graduate high school?
2013.
Oh, okay. Turn up. You 28? But you graduated in 2013?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
When should I have graduated?
I don't know, but I'm 27. I graduated 2015.
Okay.
So you're a couple years ahead of me.
A little bit, yes. Well, because I was homeschooled at first, my parents, I know I started school, I was the youngest person in my grade. I was always the youngest and smartest person in my grade. Like, people in school definitely saw me, either they thought I was a nerd, like, all the way, because I was I was a straight A student. Like, I always made good grades. But I also, like, always played sports. I always did choir. I was, like an overachieving ass. Yeah, I grew up a singer. Okay. I was an overachieving ass.
An overachieving ass nigga?
I really was.
It's so funny.
Excellence, okay? If I thought I could do it, I'm finna do that shit.
Shout out to excellence.
You know, why not?
Fuck you talking about. Fuck you, man. Mama told me I should stop cussing.
My mama tell me that all the time. That's the only reason I don't invite her to my shows.
For real?
Hell yeah. I sent her, and I say hell yeah. I sent her, for that show I just did on Friday, they put a billboard up. Yeah. So I sent her a picture of the billboard, and I was like, oh, look at my mom on the billboard again. And she was like, of course I'm not invited. I'm like, girl, every time you see me, you be like, you just need to stop cussing, that's it.
I mean,
this is how I speak, though.
Yeah, I think you should probably still invite her anyway. She probably let her come out.
You don't know my mama.
But I ain't gonna invite my mama. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You don't know my mama. My mama don't need to come. If I do, the only show I was gonna invite her to is when I did Tiny Cloud at the Memphis Library, because it was a show for like young people, so I couldn't curse at all. Okay. So I had to like change the lyrics to certain parts of my song. That was tough to get ready for.
That's what I was gonna say. Do most of your songs have cussing in it?
Yeah.
Okay. So how did
pretty much all of them.
So how did you get ready for that show?
I chose songs. Okay, that's a lie. I do have one song that doesn't have a single curse word.
Okay, shout out to no curse words.
One song.
Shout out to no curse words.
But they do got nigga. I say nigga all the time. Okay. So for that show, I did have to try not to say nigga. Okay. So I changed it to like partner, whatever was gonna rhyme for real. Mm-hmm. Partner, people, whatever. Okay. Whatever made sense. But yeah, I chose, like, so that was one song I knew they had no cursing in it. I did, like, I do my I Write Wednesdays. I have one. I didn't write it for I Write Wednesday. It was something I wrote a while back, but it's called Black Child, Black Child. It's like a verse. So I did that to open up the set. I did Put It in Their Face, which doesn't have any curse words in it. And I did Worth It, which doesn't really have that many curse words. Like, I did stuff that I knew reasonably. I'm not going to forget that there's a curse word in here. Like, I know I can change just one word. Yeah. And practicing, of course.
Okay. Yeah. How you get ready for shows?
practice. I mean, it depends. First, it depends on what kind of show. I think nowadays I lean towards shows where I have the ability to really create a set, because I love to tell stories. And so I like to be able to give my set a theme, give it a meaning, and then create, choose my songs based off of that. So kind of deciding like, okay, what message, what's the vibe? Like, I always think about that before I perform. Where is it going to be at? What kind of people are going to be there? I always want to know, what does the venue look like? Because I like to be able to create an experience.
Yeah.
So like, I want to choose songs and a vibe that's going to fit it's going to fit well into whatever the space is. Mm-hmm. And as far as like technically getting ready, like, I like to perform with a band nowadays, so scheduling rehearsals with the band, figuring out, okay, what kind of, what instruments do I need? What do I need for this, whatever that I'm trying to put together? Or even if it's not with the band, trying to, like, create a performance track. Like, what do I want to make sure that I have as elements of the show? Or whatever. Yeah, thoughtfully, I would say. I get ready thoughtfully.
Okay, do you find, like, working with a band difficult?
Mm-mm. But I would say it's not difficult for me because, one, I grew up a singer. I grew up singing, and I don't know. I know performing without like a track is not foreign to me. Okay, that's very normal to me. I always thought it was weird once I started rapping. Like, dang, everybody performs with their track playing. That wasn't. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah. To me, that's like, okay, we on easy mode. Okay, just press play on that hoe. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So it can be difficult because it's never gonna sound just like the track. So if it won't click for you, it is gonna be hard. And I would say it's hard for a lot of people. Like, it's not easy because you can't forget your words. I mean, you can, but you gotta know how to save it. Yeah. Like, you gotta be ready for it. Yeah. Like, I would say performing with a band is something you definitely have to get ready for if you haven't done it before.
Do you ever have troubles like getting people in the same space?
Niggas. I mean, niggas gonna nig.
Niggas gonna nig. That's funny.
They always gonna nig. But as far as like the people that have played with me before, I usually gravitate towards people that I actually am in community with. Like, I'm not just hitting up random people and being like, hey, I know you play an instrument. Like, because if you do something like that, it's not, at least for me, the experiences that I'm trying to have, like the community that I'm trying to build, it doesn't work. Right. Yeah, so I always knew I wanted to perform with a band, but I was really waiting for God to, like, put those people in my life, and he did. Okay, turn So, it do be hard to get people together sometimes, but because I know these niggas, I can call them and be like, bro, what the fuck are you on? Like, check the group message and respond. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, ArtBully. Boom, niggas, there you go. Niggas they be like, that's why they call you bully. People say that to me all the time. Like, that's why people call you bully, bro.
They keeping niggas on their toes. That's okay. So far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm being nice about it. This little leaf that's caught on my hair is like...
I've been watching it for a minute.
Okay, we free now.
We're free.
Hopefully. We stay free.
Maybe. Maybe not.
I hope so.
I feel like, this set design, this was Ina's set design. Ina Esco. Okay. This is really her office. Shit. If you ask me, we can get rid of all this shit. No,
you get rid of it. You could get like something to put in front of if you wanted to, like a big ass shade hairs. You know what I'm saying? Put your face right there in the middle.
You funny. Put this shake sign in there, mom.
Okay, now that's better.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I like my face too, though. It's cute. I'm just playing. Hey, turn up, man. Turn up. So, out of your catalog, like, what's your favorite song?
What's my favorite song?
Yeah.
Probably something that's not out.
It's okay.
Okay, I need criteria because favorite. Is it a favorite song of mine that's just my song? Is it like my favorite? Are we saying my favorite thing I've written, like a favorite verse? Because that might be something I did for somebody else.
You write songs for other people?
No, I mean like a feature I did or something. Oh, okay. Although I would love to write for other people. I've written for somebody else one time. Okay. I like it. Like, I like to write, and I feel like there's a lot of different type of artists that I would feel very comfortable writing for because, when it comes to that lane, I got some shit to say. You feel me? Like, if you a trap nigga out here trying to sound like you really the hardest thing working, and you want to sound hard, hit me up. because I know what to say.
Hit her up.
I know what to say.
Fuck you, man.
They gonna be like, damn, that nigga can rap. Yeah, Bully wrote that. I ain't gonna tell him. No, I'll ghostwrite for you.
You ain't gonna tell them?
I ain't gonna tell them. Not rappers. Now, a singer, because, you know, the culture is different. The culture is... I was just trying to explain it to somebody. Like, if you a rapper for real, I feel like... This might be a controversial opinion, but I don't feel like it. I feel like if you are a rapper, your talent is in your lyricism. It's in your tone of voice, of course, your delivery, but it's in your lyricism.
Right.
So, being a rapper who's not writing, at the very minimum, your verses... I can understand on the industry level having other people write hooks and shit because, you know what I'm saying? That's why you have a team of people to get shit, you know, to get the people going.
Yeah.
But as a rapper, you know what I'm saying? But as a rapper, if you're not writing what you are saying, you're more of an entertainer than a rapper.
Right.
Because what is it? Is it just that you're a personality? Because sometimes that is what it is.
Right. And, you know, I think that comes from, like, boom. I feel like it's a difference between being a rapper and being a hip-hop artist. You know what I'm saying? At this point in life.
Okay, say more about that.
At one point in time when rapping came from, like, black people didn't have a voice, and we're speaking for all of black people that go through this, and this is when you get the NWAs, the Public Enemy, you know what I'm saying? Everybody like that that's like telling their truth.
Our forefathers.
You know what I'm saying? Through the motherfucking songs, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody wanted to hear what the fuck we had to say. So hip-hop is like a lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Which is where when you speak of an importance on like writing your music, because you're telling your story from your point of view. Then you have like rappers who some people just be rapping. Like when I say just be rapping, like it's just hard ass bars, you know what I'm saying? It's not, you're not telling a story, you're not really talking about anything. It's just hard ass bars.
It's entertainment.
It's entertainment. Boom. And I feel like that shit come in with Soulja Boy. You know what I'm saying? When niggas start hollering out hip hop is dead. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand. So then when you hear hip hop is dead, you have to assess. What the fuck is people really telling me when they say hip hop is dead? It's like niggas not telling their story no more. That's all I hear when they say that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas not telling their truth no more. They just having fun.
You know what? That's a very interesting take. I feel like it's true. I do think it's true that there's a difference between hip-hop artists and rappers. I definitely would say I'm more of a hip-hop artist. I was just talking to a DJ friend of mine about there not really being a platform in Memphis for, you know how like there's one takes, like niggas were, you know, they got the mic in the garage wherever they at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Outside. And they right, you know what I'm saying? And doing that, like that's a platform for rappers. Right. Like that's for rappers. Right. They're in Memphis. There doesn't really exist a platform that is providing the level of visuals, that's providing the level of quality that rappers might get. But for hip hop artists, for artists who are actually being lyrical, are telling stories, who, you know what I'm saying? I need something a little more visually appealing than, I don't know. I just feel like there's not a platform here like that.
Hey, turn up.
And I think it would be nice to see. It would be nice to see like a one mic, you know, one take kind of thing, but for a lyricist.
Hey, might start that. What the fuck you mean? Gang in this bitch.
She gonna be mad. My friend I was talking to about, she gonna be like, damn, not you said it on the podcast.
Not you said it.
But it's room for everybody.
No, it's definitely room for everybody. And I be trying to get people to realize that, like, you know, I do a lot of stuff from photography to this podcast to music, all this shit. And a lot of people that I work with, I feel like they be feeling like, you know what I'm saying, we gotta do this together at the same time, the same thing. And I be like, nah, bro, we could do the same thing. And I can go over here and do my thing, and you can go over there and do your thing. And when it's time to come together, we can come together and do whatever we need to do together, because it's enough space for all of us. Right. But I just think that, like, just being from Memphis, that depending on who you are and what you experience, we experience so much lack that we don't realize how much abundance there is around us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hit that hit that motherfucker. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so we be a lot of people. I think a lot of people move out of fear.
Oh my God, you are preaching right now.
Woo. I think a lot of people move out of fear. A lot of people you know what I'm saying? A lot of people be scared. A lot of people are intimidated by what the fuck you do. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's not the same as what you do. And I think I was telling somebody earlier, like, there's a lot of people who are not hip hop artists, right? that I feel like be intimidated by hip hop artists because they know they not telling their truth. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like shit, even if you're not telling your truth, this is me trying not to be a hater. Even if you're not telling your truth, you can make money doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I root for every black person who is making money. Well, I don't care what you're doing. Like, I refuse to engage in conversations about what do you think artists like Sexy Red are doing. You know what I'm not gonna do is get nowhere and start talking about a black woman who is making money, providing for. You know, I'm not gonna hate on her if being herself, because she seemed happy. Okay, if being herself is getting her money, there's an audience for that. There's an audience for many things. Maybe you're not her audience, but don't hate on her and don't act like she's ruining hip hop. The fuck,
I love Sexy Red.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't say I love her music, but I love her as a person, and I want her to get her money. And if thugging with her rounds is getting her money, then more power to her.
Thugging with my rounds.
Okay, it's catchy. It's entertainment. It's entertainment. And if we're being real, Sexy Red probably is telling her story. Maybe she is a hip hop artist.
I feel like she's telling her story. I don't know her like this, so I wouldn't know. But you know what I'm saying? I do feel like she definitely represents a group of people that exist out here. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, I just feel like we can't be mad at niggas getting their money. I'm never gonna be mad at you getting your money. Like, the fuck? Right. It's plenty of us that ain't got shit. So I can't be mad at nobody.
Trying to police. I'm not gonna police another black person. Do you? Do what? Do you?
I don't know. I might be guilty of policing a little bit. I don't know.
Well, I ain't into it. I definitely, I go super hard about the fact I don't want to have no crime. You're literally hating. Now I feel like there is something to be said about, like, I don't know, maybe you feel like something isn't progressive, or you might think it's not productive, but that's your own personal opinion. Right. Like, everybody don't always gotta know what you think.
I be having I think that, okay, when we do music and we spread this music out to the thousands or millions of people that's listening, I think that we have a certain type of power, right? Right. And I think that we should be using our power. Oh my gosh, it's okay. We should be using our power to doing something with it. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just, lollygagging. You know what I'm saying? Or just like, look at me. I'm just using it to get attention, right? So we can move people. We can tell people to do something. We can do this. We can do that. And so I be on niggas' asses about like, why you not talking about nothing? We sitting here and we listening to you, but you ain't said shit. You ain't told us about your experience. You ain't told us about, you know what I'm saying, what the fuck you going. You ain't told us about. You ain't even told us that your shoes is cool. You ain't literally are not saying anything, and I be telling niggas like, hey, come on now. We talk about something.
I feel that.
Talk about something. Like, you could talk about the color of their desk, as long as you're talking about something. You know what I'm saying?
See, then if that's the case, do you feel like there is room for something to just be entertainment?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is there space for the Tyler Perrys of music who are just here to entertain us? They're not here to teach us life lessons.
Tyler Perry definitely be teaching life lessons.
But when people think about Madea, they're not thinking about, oh yes, like there are elements of that to the plays and to the movies. There's an element, but when you think about Madea, you're not going to learn a lesson. You're going to see something funny that some people would say is detrimental to the society, to our culture. Some people would say it is. Some people do think what Tyler Perry did was detrimental to our culture. Crazy. He created a caricature of our grandmother, which is cool. Like, it's entertainment. So I just feel like,
let's talk about it.
I just feel like there's so much space for black people to exist, and I just feel like when we say black people are not a monolith, some of us do not practice what we preach. We feel like all black people need to be saying something, doing something. I feel like black people have done enough by simply existing. We say all you gotta do is be black and die, but then we tell people, no, you're supposed to be. Some people don't have space or room for that. If you are supposed to be doing that, then you do what you're supposed to do. For sure. But it is some young niggas out here who only need to be talking about being with their friends and having fun and drinking and having sex. Maybe that's all they need to be doing. Really? Maybe they're inspiring the people around them, that even if you might not be, because another thing you have to think about, not saying that anybody is dumb or not intelligent, but everybody does not think the way you think. Everybody doesn't have the capacity to think the way you think. And I feel like we put too much responsibility on everybody's shoulders and that's why I call it policing, because that's stuff that white people do to us.
Mm-hmm.
White people feel like, oh, this person is doing this, they represent all black people. No, they don't. You know what I'm saying? What my little cousin do in 8th grade, turning up on, that don't got nothing to do with the culture of black people. He's a young man doing him. Like, I feel like other cultures, some cultures are very strict, but I don't know. I feel like we are the last people who need to not let kids be kids. Because at the end of the day, that's what they are, kids. The ones that's just talking about whatever.
But it be adults just talk about whatever too.
Right, but there are adults who are not at a place in their life or in their mindset where they have anything else to talk about. So why are we on their ass? Why can't they just live?
I get that, but also grow the fuck up. But I want to go back and say, like, to the Tyler Perry thing.
Okay.
It is people in the world that never experienced the black experience that Tyler Perry is showing the world. You know what I'm saying? So when I say people, I mean like white people ain't never seen this type of black people.
Right.
And you need to be shown that in order to break down the barriers that we have in life. Like when I say barriers, I mean like stereotypes of not being able to get a job because you look and talk and sound a certain type of way. But you know what I'm saying? It'll be easier to do that if you knew these type of people existed. Instead of when you first experience them is when they applying for the job at your wherever you work. You know what I'm saying?
That's facts. I feel that on some degree. I also feel like white people know people like that though. Like white people have every white person in the world.
Every white person in the world
has a family member that they're embarrassed by.
Okay.
Everybody does. Like I feel like sometimes we give. You know, I hate to be that person. I always tell. This is why I be telling my friends. The only reason I would not get on a podcast or would not like hold my own podcast is because I'm going to say something that that years from now is going to be held against me real bad.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say something because I'm a very opinionated person. I just don't share my opinions typically on the internet. Because
I share mine.
You know what I'm saying? Like I share my music, which you can gather my opinions from that. But I don't know. I got strong opinions.
I like strong opinions.
Yeah, me too. I love it when people have strong opinions. You know what I'm saying? Why do you believe what you believe?
For sure. But I think it's interesting, and I think that it's not like we don't all have to agree on anything. Like you know what I'm saying? Shit. Like it's okay to agree to disagree. I fuck with that shit. Like,
right. But yeah, I feel like white people, we give them a little too much space and room to be ignorant. When sometimes they aren't. They just don't care. Like sometimes they would just rather or prefer to see black people in a negative light than see them as just a human being. Because like I said, everyone has a family member they're embarrassed about. I know lots of white women who are single mothers. Lots of them. You know what I'm saying? But we act like that's a black thing. Yeah. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? People act like, oh, you know, I remember hearing jokes about like, oh, you black, like, you probably don't know who your daddy is or whatever.
That's fucked up.
And it's fucked up
who
because
so many... you hear jokes like that?
I went to Millington.
Man, look.
I went to Millington, which is crazy because so many of them didn't have their fathers. And I grew up in a, you know, what they call a nuclear household. I have my mom and my dad. I grew up in a very loving environment. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just like, nigga, between me and you, who's really the stereotype?
You feel me?
That's how I felt at school. Like, people would say all type of crazy things to me because I've always been very intelligent and aware. Yeah. Like, you can't make me feel dumb.
For sure. Hell no, I'm shit. Don't let him make you feel dumb.
Okay, don't play with me.
Goddamn.
Pray with me. Don't play with me.
You feel me? I'm gonna go back a little bit. Where'd you go to college for?
Okay, I went to college for engineering.
Okay.
Circling back to what I was saying, Mom, I'm on the billboard again. My first time ever being on the billboard was for Southwest. I went to Southwest dual enrollment when I was in high school, and I graduated. And them niggas had a whole media campaign around me because I was young and I was a part of the engineering program, and I was also engineering student of the year that year.
Okay, turn up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
shout out to Black Excellence. Fuck you.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I went to school for engineering. I was so sure I wanted to be an engineer. And then I got there and I was like, you know, maybe the only reason I wanted to be an engineer is because I knew that statistically, after 4 years, you could leave and already be making $60,000 a year. Like, maybe that was the only reason. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and because when you're smart, I feel like people want to push you towards higher earning careers. Like, if they're like, bro, you could be a doctor, people want you to go and be a doctor.
Yeah,
they're not.
They want you to fulfill your potential.
You know, potential.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I went for engineering, and was constantly looking around. I was also part of their honors program. Surrounded by white people, y'all. Oh my God. That's when I really realized how black I was. Like, I didn't go into Millie. I don't know. I never thought about, like, I never wanted to go to HBCU.
For real? Because
I always felt like, I wouldn't want to be surrounded by black people.
Why did you feel like that?
I don't know. I was very foolish.
Okay.
Because I got to college and was surrounded by white people.
That's crazy.
And was like, actually, this is oppressive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is oppressive. And, yeah, I didn't like it. And especially being an engineering major, I was in the honors program, I feel like people were constantly questioning my intellect. You know what I'm saying?
That would make me mad.
And also, I've always dressed and presented myself. I mean, I've always had a big personality.
Yeah. So
I walked in first day of class, and I'll never forget. It was like a cute little blue mini dress. I had on like a navy blue like sweater I had thrifted. It had these gold buttons on it, and I had on these real tall heels. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I went to college in Chattanooga, walking around on campus. I was crazy. I would never do that these days, but that's how I walked around. And I remember walking in class, and it was nothing but white boys in polos and khakis.
Yeah.
And I just was like, okay, this is different.
Mm-hmm.
But I found myself really, really bored. And it wasn't that I hadn't ever taken engineering classes before, because I went to UTC as a sophomore. But I just was like, I don't think I want to do this. Like, actually, I don't think I can see myself living the life that these people are living.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I changed my major at first in exercise science because I thought maybe I wanted to be a physical therapist. And I always knew I wanted to get my doctorate. So I was just trying to pick something that easily I saw a path to getting my doctorate. But the entire time I was in college, my first job ever was working at a middle school and then a high school.
Yeah.
Through this nonprofit. And that's when I realized I actually wanted to work with kids.
Okay.
So from the jump, I was kind of like battling it. Like, dang, do I really want? I'm like, you can't make no money doing that shit. But I was like, I really, really love this.
The kids. You love the kids.
I loved it. So
shout out to the kids.
Shout out to the kids. So yeah, I ended up changing my major to psychology.
Mm-hmm.
Which is something I was much more interested in. So I graduated with my degree in psychology and a minor in education.
Yeah.
And I worked in education since then.
Okay, turn up. Shout out to you. Alright, so we was talking about your college experience, right?
Okay.
So I just want to tell you about mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so boom. I went to school at Central High School.
Okay.
I always went to an inner city school. It's no fucking white people in inner city schools. Like, ever since elementary school, I remember like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 white people. I went to Central. Central probably had like a handful of them motherfuckers. And I'm talking about no,
nice.
Yeah, no white people. So and I was always the type of person, like, my mom wanted me to go to White Station and shit because there were white people there, and I was like, no, I don't want to be around white people. That's how I was acting. And I fucking went to a PWI.
What school you go to?
I went to MTSU first, and then I went to University of Memphis. And it's crazy because I had the most culture shock at University of Memphis.
Because that's kind of a white school.
No, not kind of.
Like, U of M is pretty. They go Tigers! Whatever that. This ain't the hand signal. I don't know what it is. Go Tigers.
Hey. Damn, don't worry about it. Man, coming back home and going to school was culture shock for me for sure. Like, just the way that people treated me. Like, it was not okay for me to dress the way I dress. It wasn't okay for me to talk the way I talk. And the white people at school was the reason why I got this tatted on my arm. I was like, it's my last name, Harris. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, I'm a nigga, you can't miss me. Y'all be trying to act like y'all don't see me, the teachers. Y'all trying to act like y'all don't see me. I'm gonna tat this shit on my arm so you can't miss me when you call roll in class. Nigga, act like you don't motherfucking see me. It's tatted on my arm. Act like you know who I am, type shit. So, yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, I feel like University of Memphis, the people who went there, the people that I know who stayed home and went there, or even the people who came back, it's like a city within the city. For like, sure. It's a totally different, because Memphis is majority black, but University of Memphis is a very white school.
Right.
Like, that's the fraternities, the white fraternities, the white sororities. Like, it's a lot of them up there.
Hell yeah.
So I always felt like, I don't know, like, I never wanted to go to University of Memphis. I did an engineering program there for many years, and I worked for it too. But just being on the campus and being around Like, and it was a black engineering program, but I just remember being like, I don't know, like, this don't feel like nowhere I would want to go.
Nah, I definitely got a video on YouTube, one of my songs, but I used to, like, random clips of random shit that happened in my life. One of my friends, when I was transferring in there, nigga was like, yeah, I just wanted to tell you, U of M don't fuck with niggas. And, like, that was most definitely my experience when I got to U of M. Like, nah, they definitely don't fuck with niggas. And I can't say that's everybody's experience, but it was most definitely mine. But also, you gotta pay attention to the way that I carry myself. You know what I'm saying? They ain't fucking with it. Oh, fuck that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Forget it.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
everybody don't got good taste.
Why the fuck didn't I go to a HBCU? That's what I was thinking. Like, that never crossed my mind to go to a HBCU. But I think part of that was also me wanting to please my mother. You know what I'm saying? And get a different experience. But I hate that I even did this shit.
And I feel like, you went to high school around... So we went to high school in different places, but we both ended up at a PWI. I mean, if you went to high school surrounded by black people, you're probably, like, that's a part of your everyday experience. You're probably not thinking or trying to seek out a black space because you grew up in black spaces. You were never lacking it.
Yeah.
Whereas me, like, I was very used to being... The way that I grew up, I was very used to being, like, me and my brothers... A lot of times we're the only black people in some white spaces. And Millington wasn't like super white because it's a Navy town. So it's a lot of like Filipino people there. Like it's a lot of, it's different cultures there, but Millington's a white feelings. It's a town. It's a white town.
Yeah.
And it's niggas there, and it's not like, it's niggas, but anyways, I just grew up in a diverse type of area, in a diverse type of field, but it was a lot of white people, and I didn't ever feel weird about it. Like, I was okay with it, so I always felt like, well, I wouldn't want to go to an entirely black school, because I don't know, I just felt like it was going to be the ghetto, and we being real. I was like, ain't no way.
You funny as
Then I got to college and was crazy in the ghetto.
That's so funny. That's so funny. Well, it was nice talking to you today.
Yes.
Hey, you want to drop your socials anywhere?
Yes.
My bad.
Are you good? Instagram, ArtBully901. I'm trying to do TikTok. Art is bullying me. And you can stream my music anywhere. ArtBully. ArtBully is one word, all lowercase.
Yup. And make sure you tap in with the Shake Shack.
Oh, and on YouTube too.
You hear me?
Got videos on YouTube.
What's the YouTube?
ArtBully.
Okay, ArtBully. Boom. Make sure you check in with the Shake Shack. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on Instagram at T.S.S.P.H. You feel me? And then follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to me on YouTube. YouTube, my podcast is exclusively available on YouTube. You have to subscribe. Okay? We gotta run them numbers up. But thank you for coming. I enjoyed talking to you.
Me too. And enjoy talking to you.
For sure. And shout out to y'all. Damn. That was cool too, though. And we out.